Hello. I'm going to record me putting this FPP together. Let me get the pattern. I had to search for it. I put it in a very safe spot. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that pattern together. Now, this is not going to be a tutorial step by step because I'm kind of just learning foundation paper piecing and I don't know if I'm that good at it. But I'm going to kind of talk about what I'm doing. So let me show you what I have right now. Basically, I have the pattern all cut out. I cut all the squares out, and I have to now attach these to, I have to glue them together because they can't fit all on one piece. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gluing all these together so that my glue is nice and dry for when I get my fabric. My workstation is a mess because I work on like 5 different quilts at one time. Not even joking, because I get bored. And so I want to move on to something else. Anyway, I'm not going to make this long. So that's what we're doing. Cut out the pieces. Now we're going to, glue all the edges together. And then I'll show you what's next. New day. Fabric came in. It's right here. And now I have to match up because I'm not doing the same colors that they did. So now I have to match up my colors in my pattern. And they asked for, they used 12 different colors and I only got 8. It's fine. So I'm going to go through and match up my colors and mark them all so I know where to find them. So now you have to find the order of your piecing, which is this page right here. And it tells me that I start with E. So I go through all my little papers that I cut, find E, cut the fabric and start sewing, and you just go in order. It tells you where to sew it. So I'll record a little bit of that too. That's my cat. Okay, once you get all those chunks sewn, then you can trim it. And it makes a mess. Do that 10,000 more times and you got a quilt. One thing, I said I was going to talk about it. This one was like looking a little wonky to me. I'm like, what is going on? I thought I was going to have to pick it out, which is very hard to pick out because you're using like 0.1 stitch length. I don't know what that is. It's like 500 stitches per inch or something. But once I covered that up, that's going to be in the seam allowance, it comes out just fine. So trust the process, follow the pattern, you'll be fine. When I start putting some of these together, I'll come back and show you my chunks and then putting them together. Okay, check this out. I love it when it gets to this point when you can start to see the pattern. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Next day, I totally got in the zone yesterday and I didn't even show putting my pieces together, which I will this morning. But I'm pulling out the next sections and I was like, I can't find AC. Where's AC? I got AA, AB, AD. I can't find AC. It's like, I keep them in an envelope. Keep them in an envelope because this stuff gets everywhere, but I can't believe why. Okay, let's get going. Okay, I can explain a little bit of this. Look at my Z. Okay, if you look on the pattern, this has the colors on it, but it'll say AB1, and that's the first chunk you put on. AB2, and that's what you sew, and then you go to AB3, AB4, AB5. I'm sewing 5 chunks to this. That's how you do it when you move to the next one. But I've done this before, so I'm gonna do like 4 at a time. They're teeny tiny. They're teeny tiny. So I'm gonna do these 4, and then when I get to the point where I'm sewing them together, not just putting the fabric on there, then I will come back and show that. All right, we're to the point where we need to sew these together. These are so little. So looking at the pattern, we have to sew AC and AB together. And then this is a blown up portion of the pattern. So AB and AC, this is AB, and this is AC. So they are going to go just like that. And hopefully those blues are going to line up. Maybe. Doesn't really look like they line up here. Okay, we're going to sew that. There we go. Now we're going to sew AA to this. And it's sitting like this. So AA. Whoops, I keep grabbing Z. AA is this little guy, and it's gonna go right there. So go sew that one. And I press these open. That's what I do, and I keep the paper on to the very last second. So sew those. there it is. Now we are going to put Z on here, and it's going like that. Okay, I think you get the hint. Just gonna keep going. And there we go. I tried so hard to match those. I got it matching up here pretty good, and then they started to get a little bit wonky, but I think overall it's gonna be okay. Now guess what I get to do? Pick all the paper off. Oh boy. Having a hard time doing this with one hand. This is my design wall. I have other stuff up there. But I try to make the quilt as big as my design wall up here. This is much smaller. I'm going to work on a border now. I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do. Hopefully it'll work out. So I was going to use all the colors, and then I decided I'm just going to use the reds mostly. So it'll start with black, and then it'll get darker, and then I'm going to do a black binding. And this will add a good width. I didn't add this. I don't know how much it's going to add, but I'm not going to do any more than that. I'm going to do this on the sides, both sides, top and bottom. So that'll add a good amount. Okay, I measured it, and it's going to add 10 inches to each side. It's 20 inches, and then 10 inches to the top and bottom. That'll be decent size. Still not as big as I want, but I made the biggest pattern I had. I don't remember what it was. 28 by 40 inches. So that'll make it 38 by 60 inches. Okay, that's decent. You like my hair? I just woke up from my nap. All right, this is what I got. This was not fun. I don't really like doing borders. I mean, if it's just one border or maybe two, I'm okay with that, but I hate these strip sets. I hated it, but I got it. And then the corner pieces, I messed up. Oh, I'm not even gonna go into it. Okay, this is the way it's gonna be. So, sandwich it, and then quilt it, bind it, and it'll be done. Now the work really starts. This is the fun part. Now the work starts. When I asked Josiah, my coworker, if I could make him the Star Wars make him a Star Wars quilt. He's like, sure. And I showed him my patterns and he picked out the Starfighter, which is fine because it's a gorgeous pattern. But I really wanted to make Darth Vader. It's fine. I'll do it another time. I'm going to do the Starfighter, and it turned out really good. But look at Darth Vader. He looks so lonely. Doesn't he look lonely? You know what? No more fooling around. Okay, I said I was going to show sandwiching it. I already put the batting in here. So now I'm going to flip it over and we're going to put the backing on it. So basically, I just put it out here on the table. I have a weight to keep it on here. And then my backing so you have to measure it real good and make sure it's all gonna fit. And here's the top of it. Make sure you have enough batting in there because when you quilt it, it really shrinks up. I'm a little worried about this side over here because it didn't quite, I didn't measure it very well. Okay, so the top of the quilt is right here. And I'm going to make sure that this goes over where the top is. And then you want to make sure the sides match up. They go over. Okay. There we go. This is when you can find all your little threads too. Cut them. Okay, so then I take the spray and I spray it. And just flatten it down. I'm gonna quilt it and make lines. This is a new day. I let this sit for a couple hours at least so the glue can dry. This one I just let it sit overnight and I was working on other stuff. So I decided I'm gonna quilt it this way. And that's what we're gonna do. Just take this Sharpie and start marking. It's not a Sharpie, it's a Crayola washable marker. Let's go. There is nothing exciting about this. I literally am just sewing down the That's it. Every single one of these. My hands. There. This just washes off in the washing machine. That's what I'm doing now. I hope this fits in the screen. I get it the right way. Okay, final product. It's all still has some lint on it. I did run it through the washing machine. It's all quilted. It's the front and the back. Okay, hope you enjoyed.